Joe Dirt. Niggas
What?
treat me like Joe Dirt.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm like, yo, I go there extra early, pull up to the school, and by that time, the overnight shift is coming out, and I'm like, boop. Because I'm not trying to park out there. You know, they be taking all the fucking
So they
catalytic
have overnight
converters.
shifts in the, for that? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is the overnight shift guys that are ahead or the same timing?
Say again?
They were ahead of schedule or the same timing? Like, they were the same... They came at the same time as you, or they were ahead like 5 months?
They're
6 months?
ahead. There's a couple. There's some that are at the same time, but those guys that were coming out there, you know, it's like a mixed bag. I'm just glad I didn't get that report time, because I would have been like, hey, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna be hearing wild stories, people falling asleep while driving the train.
Do you guys like the Lumix? Is that like the favorite camera right now, or?
That's the one that Josh tends to lean to. I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
He loves that shit.
Whichever the wide is, if that's the Lumix.
I just ordered some shit,
Yeah,
like
they're
$30
all
for the
Lumix,
sword
really?
bullshit.
Yeah,
I wanna
this
see.
one's
I,
the
I
wide
should,
he loves.
I should have ran
The
it by
picture's
you.
really nice,
that
though.
one's
What is
great.
it?
That one's great.
Like a little camera.
What size is that lens?
Oh, a little action camera?
Like $30.
I'm
I was
not
like,
sure.
fuck it, let me see.
You'd have to probably
You
talk
could have
about
bought a used GoPro, which
I
is the
wanted
official.
to, this other shit though.
Yeah, I gotta get me a lens.
It's like a
couple lens.
Pixel.
All right,
some shit
59
like that. It's
guys.
called- It's like some.
Go.
We on?
Oh, 659.
It's like some oval shit. Like it looks like a robot's head, like short circuit head,
Uh-huh.
and you put that shit on.
Circuits.
Remember that
Johnny
shit?
Five.
Said he's good with his words.
I used to love that movie.
Yeah.
Both of them.
We telling our age and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, teeth look yellow as shit in this light, man.
It's the
It's
tint.
on, yeah, the tint. So. I can share it up on. Oh, let me turn my damn phone off. If I forget that. I'm gonna share it off your page when it goes live.
That shit is sweet as fuck.
Hell yeah.
That shit good as shit. I ain't gonna lie,
Wake
I'm
you the
starving
fuck
too.
up. Let's go.
Oh, I can share it right here. Perfect.
Hey.
That shit.
I guess he's waiting to
Share
click
it
the
into the
switch.
group too.
Vámonos con Dios.
We're gonna make a lot of mess tonight. Pause.
Pause. Super pause, because I'm in the middle.
Yep.
Hey.
It's gonna be a messy one tonight. There we go. And we are live. Oh man, it feels like it's been a little bit too long tonight. Everybody's you're coming into the room. Let us know you're here. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Mr. A.
Sally Sassong in the building.
And this is the set 6145. Tonight, we're going to chop it up with our very special guest, the homie, the Picasso himself from Daregoesdaneighborhood, Mr. Dom G.
Yes.
What's going on, Dom?
What's up, my brother? What's up, man?
I'd say Don more like the Pied Piper. Like, I don't know about Picasso.
Here we go. Why did I sign up for this one, man?
Yeah, you got to start early. So you got to get his in first. He's going right for the throat. Yo, easy.
Whoa.
So Dom,
Yo.
glad to have you here. First time we're meeting in the physical.
Yep, for sure.
The show's been going crazy, son. Like, how did this all like? I've seen it where you started and where you're at, and the progression. It's amazing. How did you cultivate this fucking audience, man?
Yeah, honestly, it really just kind of came out of left field, man. I gotta give the love definitely for the people that have been around and stuck with me from the beginning. You know, when I was in my hip hop days, and I had so many people that continue to support me, and just kind of, getting into the freestyle community, which I didn't even know still existed. And, you know, I was a big freestyle head.
Puerto Ricans don't let shit go, bro. That's the truth.
I'm not gonna lie.
To this day.
For real.
They have embraced embraced the show. You know, like I kind of fell into that, and you know, I had shout out to my brother George Anthony, who was the first freestyle artist that I had on the show, and after that, it just seemed like I started attracting more artists, more people, and then I started getting some R&B acts that came in, and it was just happening. Honestly, I can't even say
It was any one thing.
nah,
It
it
was
really
a bunch of
was.
things.
Yeah, it was just kind of me, you know, reaching out. You know, like I was reaching out to people, and things were working out, man, and people were just saying yes, and it was like, okay, let's do this. And,
I was always wondering that if you were into freestyle back then, because I know you were big hip hop, you know. So I was wondering if you were into the freestyle back
yeah,
then.
I loved it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I always loved
He was
freestyle.
playing the music or whatever. Or, you was a little younger, right? For the
Yeah.
I mean, that was still my time, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was definitely my time. But you know, I was unaware that there was still freestyle being made.
Right.
Like I thought freestyle was completely done. I
Right.
had no idea. So to come back in, and then I'm like seeing all these new artists and songs, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, like, listen, man. Let me see. Maybe I can help you guys, you know, really start to push it a little more.
some type of platform.
Yeah,
It's like
you know.
like a lot of people, like they're a tight knit community, right?
Yeah, without a doubt.
I think they're pretty much tight knit. They, you know, the people go see their shows and they'll see their shows again, and she just, you know, so
Fucking PTA meeting out
they
that
definitely,
bitch.
you know, I went to the Long Island, I saw Speedy and Blaze. A shout out to them guys.
Yeah, what's up, Speed Blaze, my people?
And yeah, they're a tight knit community, that's for sure. You know, but to me, like if they got your back, they got your back. But if they're against you, they're against you. I think so.
You know what I think ultimately it was, though? It was the fact that there's so many horny people in the freestyle community.
Yeah.
So, you know, you mix the relationships
Puerto
and
Rican.
sexual
Puerto Rican.
conversations with the freestall community, and that was it. You know, you got the heart of the horny folks out there. And
It goes together.
yeah, it just went together.
There's a lot of
perfectly.
Italianos that like freestyle too, though.
Yeah.
What?
Trust me, there's a lot
Heavy.
of horny Italianos too.
Hell yeah. It's horny and everything.
Yeah, but I was when I was watching the show one week, you had a gentleman from the Stylistics on. That shit blew me the fuck away. You know, because I'm thinking, do these people in your audience, I could only assume that they do, know who that gentleman is, what he was a part of, because the Stylistics, man, that's our parents' time, you know what I mean? But their music, their catalog it transcends time.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see that, because I had been watching the different varieties of guests that you had, you know, brought onto the show. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is big, you know, musically.
Yeah, that was, for me, man, I'll tell you, no, I don't think anyone has affected me the way he did on that interview.
Really?
That was, Mr. Love was just like, man, like his humbleness and his demeanor, his energy. Like, we spoke a lot off the camera, and he was just a great human being, man. Such a good dude, down to earth, giving me so much knowledge, you know, and just at the same time, almost like he was receiving knowledge from me so humbly. It's hard to express
No,
and explain it.
I
You know,
follow
it's
you. Yeah.
And he lived through tough times, right?
Yeah.
Civil rights and all that stuff. So he
Yes.
definitely got a lot of history too. And he could be better, but he's
Yeah.
still looking, you know. To keep
and
it
at
pushing.
70 plus years old, he still has the energy to still be touring every week, and it's like, woo. And he still got it. And so
Wow.
definitely shout out to Stylistics, man.
Last week's topic, what was it? Because I know the room was going crazy. I passed out.
We just did the 5 love languages through the eyes of a narcissist. So that was pretty good. You know, like I like to touch as much fun and craziness I like to bring. I also like to bring things that are important that I think aren't spoken enough about.
Right.
And you know, it's almost like I take responsibility in that, because myself, you know, I've told everyone, no, I've had my narcissistic ways and behaviors, you know, growing up, and I think that's now like my responsibility now is to kind of send that information out there. So if anybody's falling into that trap, I think I could give a honest view and opinion of it, you know. So I really wanted to do that one yesterday, which was really good. I mean, you saw the chat going crazy. Everybody, gets involved in these conversations, and I think that's really, when you ask about what kind of have made the show grow, I really believe that was the main thing is the conversations that go on in the chat. I think that's
Sorry to cut you
No,
off.
no.
Do the exes or like the girls are they like, get the fuck out of here, Dom? This ain't you. Like you get that, or they're like, oh, he's evolving.
Nah, you know what? I mean, yeah, you get the jokes. You know, what I mean, you get the jokes, but I think people that have known me. I mean, so you know me for a long time.
Yeah.
I think people that have known me for a long time, they know I'm always been a good dude. Like I've never been an asshole.
And genuine and real. So if you're talking about it, then that's pretty much how you're feeling about it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why I said like the mistakes that I've made in the past. I never did nothing really to that extreme with stories that we hear on a daily basis, but I still, just because, like I said yesterday, I said, just because we know sometimes we're a good person doesn't mean that we can't try to understand the things we do wrong, within that basis of being a good man. And that was what I had to understand, because for me, going through my life, I always understood that I was a people person. So it was hard for me to grasp that mindset of, like, yeah, you have narcissistic ways, like you could be a manipulator, I never forget, I was out to dinner, and that's when it really hit me one time, because I'm with Gil, shout out to my man GP. Yeah, we out to dinner, me, him, and his wife, and we're just talking. He's like, Dom, you was a manipulator with these women back in the days and whatever. I'm like, and I got so offended by that, because I'm like, no, to me, I'm like, a manipulator is terrible. I'm like, I was no damn manipulator. What are you talking about, man? He's like, yeah, you was. He's like, yes, you. I was like, no, listen, man, no, I was not, man. Like, that really struck a chord.
Right.
And I'm like, and then, the more I thought about it, I said, damn, you know what? I kind of have fell into that category a little bit, when I think about some of the ways I was able to twist and turn a woman, to favor my opinion. Mm-hmm. So, it was
accountability, bro. It's
Yes,
a tough pill.
It is, man.
Sometimes it's a tough pill.
It is, man.
And when the defensiveness comes out, that's usually, they say hit dogs holler.
Uh-huh.
That's what it means. It's like, yo, if it hits close to home, it's because the shit is real.
Yeah.
But recognizing is part of the evolution.
Absolutely, man.
Got to do that.
Absolutely.
Is where the show's at now, was that like, did you envision this now, or is it this went a different direction of what you was envisioning?
Definitely not, man. Like I said, y'all saw me from the beginning. Y'all was there with me. And I would say, like, I started it with a 5-year plan. I said, I'm gonna give it 5 years, because I really just felt this was the path I needed to take. I can't, as I started with the Daregoesdaneighborhood was going to be a TV show at first. Obviously, we had the pilot ready to rock and roll. And when COVID hit, that put things to the back burner. Right. And now it was like, I just went into the podcast. I just knew it almost felt like it was meant to happen. And I had the 5-year plan to say, all right, well, if by 5 years I don't have some type of audience for the show, then it is what it is. But here we are a year later, and I definitely didn't think I would have these many supporters that have been so loyal and just there for me, man. And I appreciate them.
I think you captivated the right audience, because Sully's always saying it. He's like, you get the ladies and everybody follows. And I think you're actually bringing the content that they're gravitating to. You know what I'm saying? And the way you're putting it, you're changing up sort of the subject matter to bring it a more interesting, like, light. So I think that's really the driving force behind it all. Plus, they there to see you. That's the reality. That's part of the reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I sit in the chat and I'm like, damn, son. Look at all the emojis is going crazy right now. Like, yeah, but that last episode, people were definitely going wild. And the progression is great, man. Real happy for you. We love to see our people win.
Sure, absolutely, man.
You know what I'm saying? And then we got him in studio now. So, ladies, don't give up on the emojis. You can still drop them while you're here. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to your people. There's the only podcast with real people telling real stories. And tonight, our guy, Dom G, is here with us. But before we go any further, just know, February 8th, we're going to have a part of hip-hop history joining us. We're going to have Tyrone, T50 or T Money joined the set. He's an original founding member of the group called Original Concept, one of the most sampled songs in hip hop, and he was also the co-host alongside Ed Lover for Yo MTV Raps. And then February 15th, we have one of the members from the We Outside podcast, one of the members of Fuck Your Life, Paz, coming to join us. Salute to Six and Nems, of course, but he'll be live in the studio, so make sure you come check us out the 15th and the 8th. All right? So, fellas, who wants to set it off tonight in the Chop It Up Spear? Don't all jump at once.
Let Dom. He's the guy. He's the
All right, Dom. Subject in your hand, bro. What are we talking about here?
I mean, we can get into what we were discussing before with these new clothing styles that are out there. AKA Russell Westbrook.
Oh, wow. We're going to get in trouble. I'm going to get an earful. How do you feel about the new dress? I mean, you're in a younger generation than we come from. How do you feel about the way guys are dressing right now?
No, I mean, obviously, I always say to each his own,
Right.
Whatever makes you feel good, go with it. The hell with what everybody else thinks. But doesn't mean that I can't get a good laugh at it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely going to crack my jokes. I mean, we come from the joking era, right? So
For sure.
It is what it is. So I do think there's a balance of understanding that there's a sensitivity now that once wasn't there. And which is okay also, But, look. You wear certain things, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. And if Russell Westbrook was my boy, I'll be cracking jokes nonstop.
Salute to DJ Blaze in the building. What up?
Blaze, what's up, Blaze?
Yeah, I think fashion and it comes full circle in a lot of different ways, right?
For sure.
So the old types of styles come back, and
Yeah.
I remember us having boys that wore the pirate shirt blouses, and you know what I mean. So we had the polka dot Kwame stuff out too
For
back
sure.
in the day. So I mean, again, I wouldn't wear it, but that's on you, boys. But I'm gonna get at you. That's how we grew up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get at you.
It's funny you say that because I never thought about it like that. But we did wear some blouses as shirts back in the days. If you really think
Yeah.
about it, it really did.
Yeah. Listen, growing up, I definitely got my share of the
We had
business.
the Paisleys.
Yeah, the Paisley joints. I can remember a time when we were coming up. Even the music, and because we derive most of our fashion from music. When De La Soul came out, the music was dope, but everybody was like, "What the hell are they wearing?"
Yeah.
But it.
Stomp shoes.
Yeah, the Storm shoes. Like,
Polka dots.
I think that the kids who were into freestyle, those dudes, that fashion sense has taken over now. Because I see those guys from back then when we were growing up, that's how guys are dressing now. A little more leaning in that direction. But as you were saying, Sully, coming full circle, pause, the gentleman from the Stylistics would know because he lived through that era where there were bands like the Isley Brothers, Earth, Wind, and Fire, where they was wearing some Prince type shit, right?
Yep.
But we knew they were bagging chicks. Things just seem, you know what I mean? I think that's what it really is, playing that line of, I think guys are overly feminine to a degree, and I think that's where the sort of like, wow, what are we doing here?
I think they have the accessories now. Like we wore the stuff, but they got the merces and they got the accessories to go with the outfits. So
the jeggings.
The jeggings.
Yo, son, the jean leggings, dudes be. I don't know. I don't see myself wearing leggings. If I'm not playing football, I'm not wearing leggings.
And just the tight ass jeans in general, I can't see how you could be comfortable in those.
Yeah. I shouldn't be able to count your change.
Nah.
You got 35 cents. I know you can lend me. I can see it in your pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That definitely shouldn't be. Like, that's, Shout out to my brother, Master Fool, because we actually were working on a little skit called Skinny Jeans, which is, I hope we get back to it.
What's up? Because he wears skinny jeans.
Nah. It was funny because we were working on a song in the studio, and then we just kind of took the melody and went into skinny jeans, and he just started like singing, "I don't want to be in skinny jeans. That ain't the way it's supposed to go. I don't want to be in skinny jeans. How the hell am I gonna get comfortable?" And he was, but he had his sound is so dope, and he just started singing it, and it went like so perfect. I said, we got to get the skit. We're going to do the skit.
Oh, wow.
So we still gonna get to that without a doubt.
The young lady in the room, where is she? Jennifer Garcia said your balls shrink.
Jen.
Nah, they don't shrink.
They get tucked in.
Yeah, they get tucked in like you become a newborn baby. And you got to let them out when you get home.
High pitched voice, this shit.
Oh man. Let me bring this up. What did you guys think about that last game?
Which
one?
game? LeBron last Lakers game?
No.
Football?
No. Football. Yeah.
Football. Yeah, I think
The Bengals.
I think a lot of people questioning shit that are starting to. I've always gambled, so I've always questioned games.
Okay.
I think people are starting to see now that shit
The
looks
setup?
funny. Shit
Yeah.
look funny.
There was some funny shit in the Bengals game.
Both games.
Really?
Yeah.
Giants Eagles game too.
Nah, the Eagles.
San Fran.
San
My
Fran.
bad.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Nah, I mean the
San
Eagles
Fran-
got a lot of calls, but I mean San Fran was just
Their quarterback
depleted.
going down.
Yeah, they were depleted.
That had to
the
demoralize
Chiefs
them.
game was
Was bad.
there was some. Even on the last play, like he definitely pushed Mahomes out.
Yeah, he did.
But my man was getting mugged,
Oh.
held on the other side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was like, yo, dude, you don't see this dude like fighting for his life?
I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
didn't see
watching
that
the other
either.
side.
Yeah.
He's getting mauled,
Wow.
like
Yeah, that's tough to
finger blasted
to-
and shit.
I just don't think I don't think you should make that call at that time. You know, like it's obvious, but
What, the roughing call?
yeah.
I mean, the rough for us watching it, the roughing call was obvious. Dude
Yeah.
was
Yeah, it
clearly
was.
out of bounds.
Yeah, and
but
it's
it
the
was
way they call the
definitely-
game now.
Yeah, it was definitely not a call to make that late in the game with the game being on where it was. It
right
was
there.
it was terrible.
Conference championship. Like,
Yeah, and then you missed that call. You know, that's kind of bad.
that's tough.
But speaking of football, the Eagles got a problem. So evidently, offensive lineman Mr. Josh Sills has been indicted on rape and kidnapping charges. Allegedly, he had sex with a girl by force and kidnapped her.
Wow. This was recent?
It says, per the release, Sills engaged in sexual activity that was not consensual and held the victim against her will in December 2019. Like, that's crazy.
Wow.
You bringing that up now?
Yeah.
It's 2023. Did she just come out? No.
Yeah.
The alleged crime was immediately reported, according to the release, and the Guernsey County Sheriff's Office conducted a detailed investigation. The case was presented to the grand jury and is being prosecuted by the Special Prosecutors Section of the Attorney General's Office. A summons was issued for Sills, 25, to appear in County Common Pleas Court at 1 p.m. on February 16th. When's the Super Bowl?
So they just happened to wait till now to do that?
Yo, bro, it's like 5 years. Like, that's crazy.
Wow.
Super Bowl is not this Sunday, the other Sunday.
So he got to go to court, like, right after the fucking Super Bowl. Wow. But how do you delay a rape case for 5 years, though? Because it was immediately, like, she
I
reported it.
guess it was conflicting on whether it was consensual or not. Maybe certain things took a while to investigate. You know,
5 years?
Yeah, 5 years.
That's-
That's crazy.
COVID. You know what I'm saying?
and the
It
fact-
slows shit down too, probably.
okay.
And the fact that they want to put that out at this time now, somebody has it in for them.
Yeah.
Well, you allegedly raped somebody, and there was an investigation, as it says here. And I don't know. I don't know so much about having it out for him, because I think the PR game would have been played. Like, his people would have got out in front and be like, yo, listen, this girl's accusing him of rape. This shit ain't happened. She wants money. But you understand? Like, we see that play out a lot. Right? Even when, with Kobe, rest in peace, like when he had his case, there was a whole PR game going on back and forth. And
Well,
then,
when I say, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I said what I mean by that is like someone that's from the government or whoever is taking care of that case, somebody wanted to do it at this time and pulled the strings to say, let's release this right now to kind of
Like, you see them
you know.
professionals, they gotta be like recording you. Like, You want to have sex with me, right? Yes.
Yeah.
This is consensual.
That's what they
That's
need
how
to do.
they be doing.
That's what they
now.
need to do.
Like they have to protect themselves with that shit. Because
Let me get a little video quick. Let's
Yeah,
give it a kiss. Give it a
yeah.
kiss. A little video.
you want to do this, right? You want to do this? You want to slip and burp?
Dave Chappelle did a skit like that, right? The consensual sex contract. I mean,
But they're
dudes-
doing it really now.
Yeah,
with
like-
the cameras. Like, yo,
NDAs. Like, doesn't that kill the moment though?
I mean, if it's just a booty call, I guess it is what it is.
Everybody knows what they're there for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a moment.
She either used to give the gift baskets. Have a nice one, man.
Yo, son, when I read that story the first time, I was like, wow, I can't believe this guy. But then again, it is Derek Jeter. Like, at least you're going home driven and you're getting a little parting gift.
Did J Lo
man.
and them go to Mark Anthony's wedding? Is that true? Did you hear something about that? That Mark Anthony got married again.
Yeah, he married some
supposedly
young girl.
J Lo and
No, the daughter was like, yeah, I'm out of here, and went to go be with J Lo and her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's man. That's a big age difference, man. Like that's insane.
But here, I'm glad you brought that up, son.
yeah.
Here's the thing: dudes with money are gonna marry younger chicks.
Yeah,
right.
sure.
And people, for the most part, a lot of people like, look at this dirty old mother, like whatever. But when the older woman gets with a younger boy, nobody says anything. The girls are like, "Oh, go girl, you know." Fuck is that about? I think that's a real a double standard.
Because when I seen like when J Lo did it, Madonna, all of them having their little boy toys, I'm always like, I'm also like, whatever, live your life. You know?
No, I think the girls, the women are the ones that are like, when an older dude marries a younger, they're like,
disgusting.
Fucking dirty
Could be your
motherfucker.
granddaughter.
Yeah. But when it's one of them, when it's an older woman with a younger dude, she got her groove back. They all, oh yeah, do your thing. You deserve to be happy.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're with somebody that they in their bata with a broken T-shirt all day, and you break up with them, you want the same thing, or you want to get some young, right? You're gonna want to get some young and get you going again, and
Present company.
But I don't know if I could ever be with someone that's like my son's age, nephew's age. Like I don't know.
How old's your son?
My son's 18.
All right. Can I ask how old you are?
44.
Okay. 8. Yeah, no, you're a dirty motherfucker.
But like even my nephew.
She just got out of high school, bro.
Barely
But like my
legal.
nephew's 25. Like at 20, like even a 25-year-old. Like I just
You couldn't?
I don't. Maybe I could smash it, but that's it. Like I couldn't.
Relationship, no.
Relationship.
Right,
like
yeah.
what the hell we gonna have in common?
Yeah, how far is that gonna go? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, women do grow up faster than men, though, right? So
Without a doubt.
Some.
yeah, some.
Let's say some.
So
Yeah.
let's say some.
Good point.
Most.
Yeah.
So they grow up faster than men. So that's where you make it up. But
Yeah.
yeah, man,
I don't know.
you smash and get out of there.
Yeah, man. Like that's. I'm just saying. Like you're Mark Anthony. Come on, man. Like what the girl is 23. I think it is.
She's like 23, 24 years
She's
old, bro.
Miss
Miss Universe. That shit is crazy.
And I like to think that love doesn't need an age. Like it is what it is. But I mean, you got to be at least somewhat in the area.
Right.
I don't know. But, I mean, really, what is his, Mark Anthony's what, like 55? Mm-hmm. What is his interest? Like, he has wild money, right? He could do anything that he really wants. He's a man of leisure. Mm-hmm. So, if you're looking for a mate, and he obviously married her, I mean, what are we talking about
Does
here?
she like to party?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Right.
Yeah. But again, along those lines, like what is he looking for in a mate? Because he obviously made her his wife.
Yeah.
So he wants somebody that he can look at and be like, oh, she's bad.
Having more kids?
That could be a possibility.
That's another thing too.
The
right?
fertility is high in a young woman, right? And she's not going to be like boring. You know what I'm saying? And she probably will cater to the dude.
Is there a prenup?
But
I don't know. Good
I'm
question.
sure.
I'm sure.
he ain't
Yeah,
that dumb.
it's Mark Anthony.
Yeah, he can't be that dumb.
It's Mark Anthony.
But you never know.
You never know.
No, don't worry, baby. No prenup for us.
You're right. Don't sign.
But I think, honestly, again, I think women have more of a problem when it's an older gentleman marrying a younger woman than the inverse. When they see an older woman with a younger guy, it's cool with them. But as soon as we do it, we're fucking
Watching
dirtbags.
I'm on Amazon. Put the Jeffersons on. Right?
Oh, shit.
So,
Okay.
You see Tom and so my son is like, oh, you making fun of me. I'm like, yeah, 1975 sitcom. So what? But is that something that like a black and white couple? Like, are they still? Is that frowned upon? Are people still like, or is that more like, nah, we good now? Like, cause back then, I mean, that was
a big deal.
Yeah, that was a big
deal.
deal.
Like,
Yeah.
that was, and it was on on Front Street. Like, yo. Like,
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
Now, I think in today's time, in the next 20 years, respectfully, there's only going to be mixed people. I feel that way. We're at the point now, we're at the precipice, as they say, because birth rates have declined so low.
I don't think 20.
I think 20.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm giving it a lot of cushion. I don't think it's any further than that. I really don't. And even still, millennials don't even want to have babies because of the way things are, and their view and understanding of the world. And even the relationship pool has been poisoned. Everything is all fucking red pill and she got to submit. These motherfuckers don't even know how to be with each other because of this. This shit is fucked up relationships.
Oh, without doubt.
Like, pussy on speed dial, everything is there. So there's no connection. People are just like, yo, I want to hit and quit. All right, but understand something. We all need each other. We're not meant to be alone. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Don't tell me that some woman that's 48 years old. Let me say this respectfully.
Wait out.
I know a few women. I know a few women that are in their 40s that are living their best lives, and I applaud them. They're career women, heads on strong. They're about it. They getting it, and they're very happy and content with their lives. But for me, respectfully, we need each other. That's just the way I see it. We need each other, and we're meant to be together. And with the way that you got all these fucking gurus in relationships, everybody's talking in generalizations. Nobody's coming with any solutions on how to deal with each other. It's just, she got to submit. She got to do this. You got to let me play you dirty.
You gotta live happy, man. You gotta live knowing yourself. You know what I mean? I say that all the time. Like when you know and you truly love yourself, and you are so comfortable within yourself, you're not gonna accept anybody unless they make you comfortable or make you even better than
compliment
what you
you.
are. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation. It's funny you bring that up. I was having a conversation earlier with somebody, and I said, man, the following generation, I just think it's gonna be insane because you're gonna have a mixture of everything. Like we said, every relationship is gonna be mixed. You're gonna have guys and guys, girls and girls. You got now with guys having kids together, women having kids together. Couples that were together that now separated. They had a family, and now that father ended up being gay, and now the mother is a lesbian. And now you have all these different mixtures of things going on in the world. But I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, if you're finding love, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Like, if it's love and that's what it is, and there's a whole world full of love with a bunch of craziness, you might have a fucking guy marrying a dog before you know it. Like, who knows at the rate we're going?
Yeah.
Like, it can happen. And you know what? So what? To each his own. If you want to marry a dog and you love the dog, fuck it. Marry the dog. Who are we?
The views expressed by
Dog fucker.
Who are we to say what love is, man? You have your own love.
The kids, like this generation, like these kids, they're like into politics and stuff like that. There's certain things that we were like, whatever. We knew that it was all the bullshit, But like you said, they ain't trying to like be, relationship and getting to know people, and even with, parents. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you got to pull teeth to talk to your kids sometimes. Like, yo, what's up?
That's a tough one because a lot of children today, a lot of younger people are more introverted. Like, my son is 24. To have a conversation like a serious, like, yo, let's sit down. Dude, it's like pulling teeth.
Like, oh, Dad, come on.
To a degree, but for the most part, I see him like trying to just get his thoughts together, and he wants to say the right thing, and I keep telling him, yo, dude, don't give me the $1 million answer. Tell me what you know, what's really up with you. I don't give a fuck how you say it. Just tell me what it is. Very difficult. And that's part of the problem. If people don't know how to interact, I don't see anything good coming from it. It just doesn't.
Just gave me a segue to plug something. So
go ahead, son. Plug away. This is your moment, bro. Pause. Butt plugs.
Brought to you by.
Well, speaking on that, I'm actually working on a new show that I'm gonna do called Dare Reflections, which I'm gonna do with my son. Okay. And we're gonna be doing what I'm gonna do is because in the mornings I always put these motivational videos and things, and I'm gonna have these videos playing. And then me and him are going to discuss them, what they mean to him and what they mean to me coming from an older person. And we're going to have those discussions live. And I just really want to put that out because I think it's important. I think, you know, it's a lot of us have that difficulty of speaking to our kids. The kids don't want. My son's one too. Like when I speak with him, it's like, I don't want to hear that shit, Dad. Like, but then sometimes we have our conversations. So this was something that I thought, I was like, you know what, we can do this. And me and you are going to get to know each other even deeper than we already do. And I think it'll also help just people in general be able to speak to their kids and have those conversations. That
we gotta bridge the gap, right?
This fucking guy's hitting on all nails over here. I'm going to have a show with my son. Yo, dude, it's crazy because I think that people they're missing that point. Like we're in a place right now that people are just so disconnected. And relationships are fleeting, like even families. Like families aren't like what they used to be, right?
Yeah.
Holidays come around and they're like, yo, I'm not talking to this bitch. I don't want to see this
Who's
dude.
coming over?
Yeah, who made the
who's over there? I don't want to talk. I don't see that bitch.
Yeah, I ain't going over there, and it's bad. I really feel like,
what is it?
You know, call me negative Nelly, but I don't think it's good.
Was it Sebastian Maniscalco, right? Did you guys see that Sebastian comedy stand up when he's talking about how, you know, back in the days, someone knocks on your door and you're excited. You're like, shit, we got company. You know, and now it's like, right, turning the lights off. And I remember that. I remember as a kid being excited, hearing my door knock. I'm like, oh, somebody's here. See, maybe it's family or, you know, some people would just pop up on you. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Saturday early, though, you know who it was. It was the Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Do you have a minute, brother? You talk about
Watchtower.
I would open what do you call it to see out?
The
what do you call
Pico?
it? The Pico. I would real quiet, just trying to see who it is, and you see their big ass eyeball right there looking at you, like, oh goddamn.
You know what's crazy? Speaking about Jehovah's Witnesses, they used to come to our building, bro.
Yeah.
Before you got to that spot on the 3rd floor, when I was up there, they would come. Oh, yo, son. I'm not supposed to knock on the table, but. And knocking on the door, and they be like, yo,
early Saturday.
Wow, early, bro.
Fuck, man.
Crack of dawn.
How about did y'all ever get the Daily News dudes? Daily News, come out and get your Daily News.
What?
Did y'all live in the projects?
Nah, we lived in the tenements. Same thing.
Yeah.
So
stacked them up, they was projects.
Yeah.
Every Sunday was out there.
Oh, yeah?
Come and get your Daily News early in the morning.
We had the watermelon.
Yeah, the watermelon. Oh man.
Watermelons, check it out.
There was a truck. Yeah, this guy used to come with a pickup truck, an old ass like Sanford and Son pickup truck, full of vegetables and watermelons, and he used to, hey yo, watermelon, check it out.
And we used to place the orders with the crackheads too.
Oh wow.
I need some socks, some razors, and they come back.
Yep. Heavy.
What? We don't see them
$10.
around no more. What happened?
People don't smoke crack.
Is meth now?
Yeah.
We used to get like any type of radio we needed for the cars, and we'd tell the crackhead, "This is what I'm looking for." Pioneer, no problem. Crackhead, bring it back.
What part of Brooklyn was that? Best Eye?
I was in Brownsville.
Brownsville. Wow. Yeah, man. It was very adventurous in that we don't have that. People they ain't smoking crack no more. Like I haven't seen a crackhead in like ages. Yeah.
Now it's methadone, man. Meth heads, right?
Was the like meth,
the meth,
from
yeah.
the Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Over the last 5 to 10 years, I've been hearing that people are getting hooked on meth in California a lot more. Like it's becoming very prevalent out west.
I went to New Mexico, right? So one of my mans that was on the team with us, I find out years later, he got into the meth, was doing some shit with some dude, And like years later, they found my man buried in the guy's yard. Yeah. They had the
What?
body, you know. Yeah, Brian Reynolds.
Crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Damn, rest in peace. Mm-hmm. There's a movie called Bug, and I forget the gentleman's name. He played a federal agent on Boardwalk Empire. Great character. He's been in a lot of other movies.
I like him. Yeah, he's got into him.
He's been in a lot of movies, but there's this movie called Bug, and it's about meth use. So him and this girl are in this room, and they start using meth, and you don't really realize it until it starts like going into the story. Dude starts putting tinfoil all over the room, and he's like, "No, don't go out there." It takes place in a room like this big, the whole movie. But the shit that they do is crazy because you don't sleep on that. You just, you're off the
Mind's
wall.
gone.
It's like doing coke on like 1,000,
Right.
and they be up for days, so you don't sleep. Sleep deprivation leads to hallucinations and all sorts of other shit. That's why they be scratching their fucking hair out, losing their fucking teeth, like
That's just
crazy.
That's insane.
No crack.
Even like crackheads, I would always say like, what would go on in your mind to make you smoke crack? Like at what point of life are you at? And I pride myself now on never judging people, but I can't get a grasp on that. Especially, I can understand the people that just really are hitting rock bottom, but you guys remember it was like guys our age that look like normal people that have a career, have a job, and it's like
When I was living
let
in
me go
Coney
smoke
Island,
crack.
people in the building there was like transit workers, like all
Yeah.
regular people
Yeah,
smoking.
uh-huh.
They were smoking?
I think that's what the
Grills,
outside
like-
world don't understand.
Wow.
Like, my
Weekend
man was like
warriors?
300 pounds. I'm like, yo, ain't they supposed to be skinny?
Oh,
He, like,
word?
smoking.
Functioning crackheads. Yeah.
You know what? That you just made me think of something. When we were in high school, there was this shorty. I'm not gonna say her name because, God willing, she's still alive. She was a cutie. She was a cute chick. She was in my history class. Long story short, yeah. Long story short, maybe about 3 years out of high school, the Manteca was still on the block. This is like when George was around, and I seen this dude that we know, and her, yo, dope fiend, full on dope fiend. 3 years after high school, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? But to your point, where you was asking that, like, what makes people? I seen dudes that started smoking woos, so they rolling blunts and throwing crack in there, and niggas on the block, and I used to tell them, younger dudes than us, yo, you're a crackhead, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not a crackhead. I said, dude, give it 3 months, you're gonna be sucking a glass dick because of what you're doing right now.
Exactly.
Oh, nah. And what happened?
Yeah.
A month, 4th Avenue, selling it and getting high. Like, yeah, you're asking for problems.
Yeah, that's why I
And
never smoke a blunt if it wasn't for my people. Like, it's like, hell,
Yeah, you gotta know who
Never knew.
rolled it in.
You didn't smoke at all? Like, that was never, you never.
That
Yeah,
happened
no, I said I would smoke, but I wouldn't smoke unless it was from like someone that I know. I could.
My man Richie, I
certified.
forgot, it was Limelight or something, one of those places back in the days. And he smoked with somebody and like angel dust and that shit.
What? He wilded out?
What? Found him like on the corner with his marron out and everything. Like, yo, dude, what the fuck you doing?
We had a dude jump off our building on
What?
angel dust. Yeah.
Oh, on dust?
Yeah. Smoke jumped right off.
It's crazy because back in the day, when I was young on the block, Dennis's brother, I'm not going to blow up his name, I'm just going to say Dennis's brother, was smoking dust with a bunch of other dudes, and he was hanging off the roof, yelling, I could fly, I could fly. And we're like, you better not let go because you can't fly. And thank God, he didn't let go. But yeah, that dust is some other shit. Like, you don't play with that.
Hell no.
Never smoke with nobody you don't know.
Nah, yeah.
Fuck that.
Never that.
I wanted to do the shrooms, not the shrooms, but the other shit that like the
Shrooms
Peyote?
is good, man.
that
Shrooms
shit.
actually.
But I got to do that like in a secure, like you see,
It's
you got to
secure
watch
environment.
me. Yo, make sure I don't do no wild shit.
But you don't
you know-
wild out on shrooms. I mean,
It's not the shrooms, it's the
No,
other shit.
peyote.
Yeah.
He wants to take the God trip, and I don't
oh
blame
yeah,
you.
you know what? I actually want to do that too. I want like the ayahuasca. something
Yeah,
like that.
there
Like,
you
I
go,
want- yeah.
ayahuasca, peyote,
Yeah.
ayahuasca.
I'm dying to go to like a retreat for that.
and it's
I would
crazy
do
because
that.
the shit is like 5 minutes. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
No, not ayahuasca. The ayahuasca lasts a while. It's the DMT. The DMT is like 12 minutes. They say something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were all quick
DMTs
trips.
No, the ayahuasca is lasts a while. I forget how.
You see
how
the
long,
visions,
like 4
right,
hours
and all
at
that
least.
shit.
Mhm.
Definitely.
All three of those could bring you to that place.
Yeah.
But honestly speaking, shrooms, it's all right. You'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Like that could be like a pregame.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because if you take shrooms and you good, you know you're ready for the next
They're
step.
selling them shits, right? Like that
Yeah.
now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's gonna be legal soon. They're
for
trying to legislate that, which will happen, man. Because I'm all for it, because I do believe once you have that experience, you become more aware of everything on this planet vibrates. You know, we all know that, but it's just, you look at everything differently. Like, you know, you look at water, you look at things like that, where you look at the water and you can feel it alive. You look at the trees, you almost can feel the trees breathing. Like it really gives you an awareness of, like, life is a lot more than what we think it is.
It's crazy because I have a friend that I met on YouTube. I'm talking about George Bush days, and he went from being a recovered addict to being like this nature dude, and he grows all his like food, like everything all natural, and then he became a shaman, and he makes I don't know if it's DMT or if it's ayahuasca. It's one of the two, but he does things for people. He was like, yo, I'm gonna send it to you. I was like, yo, no, don't send that to me in the mail, bro. I don't want to mess you up, and I don't want to get caught up in no shit, because you know the laws. This was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm sorry, it was before COVID. I was like, you know, the laws are really funny. You know, now it's a little different, but like he took that and he was like, the things he would tell me, like what you were referring to about the things that you see and how you see everything part of like the human experience. And I was like, this dude completely like changed it to a whole other person, which was crazy.
You see
know what I
Mike
mean?
Tyson?
Yeah, Mike
a lot, right?
Tyson. Yeah, he's in a different space.
There's a bunch of, like, I watch videos on that all the time. So like you see all these people that go to these retreats and they change. I mean, from alcoholics, people that were hooked on drugs, and they take these I don't even know what the word is, because I don't consider them drugs, but
Right.
Yeah,
but
Remedies, like,
it's become like a remedy. Yeah,
medicine.
medicine, exactly.
Yeah.
And they said it's changed their lives. You know, so it's like where we're stuck in a society where everybody's taking pills and, you know, to deal with anxiety, depression, and everything else. We have those medicines right there that you can take that are natural, that come from the earth, that I truly believe in my heart can change your whole life, your whole mentality.
How's the government gonna make money on that?
Yeah, well, obviously
speak
that's what
on
it comes down to.
It's funny you say that too, because Dave Chappelle's partner, I see his face, I can't remember his name, but his partner,
The white dude?
Yeah.
Neil Brennan?
Neil. So Neil Brenner, right?
Brenner, something.
Yeah, Neil Brenner was an atheist. He did ayahuasca, and he was like, I believe in God. All the shit I saw, this shit is real. Like, this is way bigger than we know. And he went on this whole, like, a trip. And when he came out of it, he was like, yo, you don't understand. Like, God is real.
He's funny though. Like, you ever see his comedy?
Oh,
stand-up?
yeah. Oh,
He's
yeah.
funny.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of
Yeah,
shit he
but-
wrote for Dave too.
Yeah, yeah.
Do y'all watch Joe Rogan? Because he's always speaking on that. I know one
yeah.
episode there was a guy that said that now our government is actually mapping out the ayahuasca world. They said that like all these people that go into that world, they're saying everyone's seeing the same things in the same places, and they said now somehow that they're trying to map out that dimension however they can, which I actually believe that. You know, like I can see that, I believe that. I wish I could remember what episode it was, but it was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and if you catch it, you'll see that was pretty interesting to hear. Like really,
Yeah, these fucking people don't want to leave good and well alone. Like, they always want to be up in everything. You know, and the way society is like right now, we're in a very fragile fucking place. And I don't even think people know. Like, with the amount of money that's been spent over the last, I don't know, 8 years, like PPP, the extra unemployment, the bailouts, you know, sending billions to Ukraine, like sending
Keep
billions
playing the
to-
lotto, y'all.
Yeah,
Keep playing
yeah.
The lotto. Y'all sending money to Ukraine.
so tell that story, Sal. Tell that story.
I feel that people are, like Powerball. You see the crazy numbers, the billions,
like all the
that
time
stuff.
now. I was just saying that
And
all the time now.
somebody won, they never claimed it, or you know what I'm saying, like a lot of bullshit with the shit's going on. So I feel like everybody's just putting their money into the Powerball, and that money's going to Ukraine. And honestly,
Might be right.
My
You
own
might be
personal
right.
opinion, I feel Putin and Ukraine are in on that shit together.
To get that bread.
To get that bread, and they know they got Biden compromised with his son and all that shit. That's how I feel.
You never know. See, and that's exactly why
I always
pay-
try to think about other shit.
Yeah, and that's why I pay no mind to the news. I don't watch.
Nah.
I don't watch anything because of that simple fact. Because you just never know. You never know. So why am I gonna worry myself about things that don't exist? Like things don't exist.
The
so I'm not
social
gonna worry
media
about
and
it.
all this shit these days, like because the media, period, right? Social media, you got to say that's part of the media now. Because
Yeah,
people see
absolutely.
something and they believe it right away. I saw something the other day with Joe Rogan, and it was clipped like he was bullying the dude that he was talking to. Meanwhile, it was a
Yeah.
whole different interview. And they were just putting them words together.
clips.
Like, and I'm like, yo, look, I saw this interview. This shit is bullshit.
that
but if
drives
people
me
don't do their
crazy.
homework right away,
Yeah,
look at Joe Rogan bullying these people.
That drives me crazy when I see somebody share a video that, like us, we know about video, and we can say, like, that was clipped together. Like, you guys are believing everything you see. Like, you
It's
know,
lazy.
that drives me
Laziness.
nuts.
Like, do your homework, people.
So let me ask both of you, right? Since we're in this space, do you look at movies differently from your younger years and think to yourself, yeah, they telling us this shit right here, like this shit is real, right? All right, I'm not the only one.
No, they
I-
definitely, they
without a
definitely
doubt.
forewarned us.
You know, it's like I'm being on the journey I've been on these last few years. I got to that realization that everything that's in front of us was created through the mind. So anything that's created as a movie, someone's mind created that, and somewhere that's a reality. It's a reality. If it's not now, it's a reality of the future. Like I just believe everything comes from the mind. The mics we're speaking on, the table we're sitting at, everything was created first in the mind. So a movie that was created from the mind, it's a reality somewhere.
We were talking about Illuminati in what, 95
Earlier.
earlier?
Yeah, late
Behold the
80s.
Pale Horse, all that stuff. We was talking about that back then. When that stuff started coming out recently, we were like, yeah, okay, welcome to what we've been talking about forever, right?
I was,
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like people like they get in the bubble. I don't want to hear that, or they don't believe it. It's happening. It's happening, sweetheart.
That's the sad part about it, because people. I was having a conversation with a mutual friend of ours from back in the day, and he had posted something, like he shared something with me, and I was like, yeah, I've been talking about this, and I learned about this from the people who weren't going to college, who weren't like fucking scholars. They were street people, right? And everybody would talk crazy about them, and then everybody would say funny things about them. But the shit that they were teaching me at 13 and 14 years old, over the last 10 and 15, 20 years, has all been coming to fruition. So all these people from academia who love to strip everything apart and talk about, the globalization and how these governments interact and, the economies and how they affect each other. Listen, at the end of the fucking day, this is control. That's it, point blank. This world, this country we live in is a beautiful Disney world. We all love to be here and our fucking flat screen TVs and electric cars and fucking Amazon. It's all going to come to a change, and nobody right now, not en masse, are going to know how to fucking react.
Like I say, a lot of people, like we're learning and trying to pass it on as far as like financial literacy, right? We're all trying to learn. We're learning. People are becoming entrepreneurs more often lately. They're going to change the game, and I've been saying this. That's why this all digital and all this shit's going to come. Bank of America, yap money out your account. All of a sudden, they sending you a letter. Oh, yo, our bad. We're putting that back in. You know what I'm saying? They're doing shit because that day's going to come and be like, oh, no, we wiped all the money out. Here, you got a digital thing you're going to use now.
People aren't ready for that shit. The reality. It's like a loving relationship, and then you come home and find out the gardener's been blowing your wife's back out for 5 years, and you wonder why she named your first son Juan. Right?
Jose.
Right. That Neo moment where he fucking takes the pill and he's like, what? This is what we're really... That's what's coming for people. And motherfuckers
Like the
again...
Truman Show.
Yeah. Motherfuckers again aren't ready for that reality. And it's...
What do you...
And you know,
because I'm going to change the subject.
No, I was gonna say, like, I just believe my reality. I think reality will be what you want it to be. I don't even think, I think we're all one consciousness, and I don't think, I think if you set your mind up that terrible things are going to come, terrible things are going to come. If you set your mind up to say, you know what, life is just going to continue and things are going to be amazing, things will be amazing. And I say that from my own experiences over these last 5 years of me continuing to evolve my mind and taking away all these negative things that are just surrounding us like constantly.
Yeah.
And I think this is that time of consciousness that we're going to decide if we're going to move forward or we're going to just fall into this dark bubble. And that's why I'm like, I'm not allowing myself to fall into that. Anything negative, I don't want to see it. I don't care about it.
Onward and upward. What were you going to say? Something?
I don't know if you guys seen it in the garden. They're doing facial recognition, right?
Yeah.
So he's like letting Jim Jones letting certain people in. If you were part of, and it's funny because a friend of mine's law firm is suing him, so he's not allowed there because he went to the Nets game the other day. I think the Knicks played the Nets at Barclays, and I was like, no facial recognition there. You're allowed, whatever. But what do you guys think about that? Because they're gonna start doing that in other like airports and everywhere. I heard now.
Listen, and I know you want to. I just got to say this. The mere fact that this man is using this software and didn't notify you, hey, when you enter this facility, blah, 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 and nobody is blowing up the garden like they did the Capitol on January 6th, like they should have done with Bank of America when they pulled that bullshit, tells you exactly where people are. And like I said, when the change comes, they're not going to know how to handle it because they should have shut his shit down. Facial recognition. Who the fuck are you to be fucking? You're spying on me, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. You know what I mean? The iron ring in China. That's what they have. Google build their shit.
Yeah, there's not. Listen, the reality is there is no privacy in our lives.
Definitely.
There's no privacy, man. With all cameras, laptops, phones. Man, listen, who knows? Well, you know, they probably saw me beating my meat a million times, man. Like, they probably got a ton of videos.
Pornhub coming on again.
like, damn, this guy don't stop, man.
Incognito mode.
Hey, Jim, Dom's at it again, man.
Yeah, it is crazy because that whole system, the cancel culture, that's conditioned people to accept, like giving other social, like accepting of a social card.
Now, someone spoke to me about something the other day, like, "Hey, did you just get these sneakers?" Da da da. I ain't never search it. Shit started popping up on my phone. I said, "Damn, this shit is crazy. You can't even talk about it.
Yeah,
You can't talk about
Cruises.
how drug dealers is doing it. How you talk? How can you talk? You gotta shut your phones off.
They're getting knocked. They're getting knocked.
yeah, without
You
a
can't
doubt.
talk like
Yeah.
street.
No,
at
no,
all.
no, no,
Like
no.
put your phone where? No, you gotta shut them off. If
Like
that.
your phone is going to
Before
start
we
ringing
said-
off birds.
Take the battery out. Take the battery out. We can talk. Now you can't even do that.
They're getting whoever they want to get. Let's put it that way. The ones they want to allow because they might need the
Go like
money.
this.
Go ahead.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
It's funny. I was thinking about that. I was like, something happened. There was a show or something, and they were bringing in mad weight. Oh, it had to do with the
Snowfall?
Dominicans up top back in the 80s. And I was watching, like, it was documented. They were killing people in the street in broad daylight with machine guns, and not one, like 5 and 6 people at a clip on a daily basis. And I'm like, how is this allowed to happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, the cops, they would go, oh, they're still shooting, turn around and break out. How is that allowed to happen?
They're killing each other.
86, 87 up top in Wash Heights.
Dykeman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I was bad at that.
That's crazy. Do you guys watch Snowfall?
I do.
That tells the story right there.
Yeah.
The government, what they do, bringing in the drugs and
conspiracy theorists. Somebody actually told me that Reagan was a patsy, that he was a good president, and that they were forcing him, you know, to take the heat for this drugs, or was it that? Or he didn't know. He didn't know what they were doing. And I'm like, how do you argue that the president doesn't know what his VP and his other bozos are doing? That was his little fucking private war. Oh, no, it wasn't. Reagan was a good man. Really? Yeah.
I always say I just think presidents are puppets.
No, for sure.
Yeah, they're
Puppets.
But they do dirty shit, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay. But you can't tell me that this dude does not know that they're moving fucking weight.
Well, Pelosi made what? She made like 120 million now or something
Oh,
like that.
Jesus. Did you see the
Her
video?
salary's like
husband?
200,000.
Yeah. Did you? They all doing that shit.
Makes sense.
And that's another
Because
thing.
the thing is that, all right, you coming into politics, big pharma's like, yo, we got you. Just plug
ball.
plug this, you know, and a lot of them is like, yeah, they're
Okay.
going to
Yeah.
And if you don't, you out. So what do they want to do?
Did y'all see the other show about the pain medicines? Damn, what
The opioid crisis?
Yeah.
On Hulu?
Which show was it?
I forgot what the name was. It
Dope Sick?
Dope Sick. Yeah,
Dope
yeah,
Sick,
Dope
yeah.
Sick. Yeah, yeah. And that was like same thing. You see, turning the blind eye to make money.
I was watching the Madoff shit. You seen that?
No, I didn't see that.
Same shit.
wanna take a look at that. That's on Netflix,
Motherfuckers
right?
all knew. They all knew that Ponzi shit. It's just who's gonna fall on the sword.
Yeah.
A couple of people in my building were involved in that. They got their money
A lot
swiped.
of people.
And, took my money.
But they paid most
Bitch,
of
you're
that
still
back.
rich.
You know that, right?
Huh?
They paid most of that back.
Most of the money that he robbed?
Yeah.
From where?
Because what happened was
they seized his assets?
They fucked over my Mets.
the people that were doing the most like withdrawals.
Uh-huh.
So if you made money, like if you profited from the Ponzi, you had to pay back, and then that profit went
To
to the people that were losing. So they they did some foul shit. You got to watch it, but
Yeah, I wanna watch it.
Let's say it was like 600 million, they got like 520 back, like whatever. Like they
Pretty
got,
much
yeah,
all.
pretty much all of it.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
Like 80%, like that back.
Do you
So,
think his wife is living destitute?
I'm sure he had offshore accounts and all type of shit
Yeah,
that
without a
they didn't
doubt.
touch.
You
know,
think?
but supposedly she ain't know, which is no way, because there's no way. Like you gotta know, because be like, yo, if the shit falls down, you know, go to the Caymans.
Well,
This is where it's at.
One of his
Go
sons
see Dexter
died.
St. John over there.
Go see Dexter.
One of his sons died of cancer, right?
They both died.
One of them committed
Yeah,
committed suicide.
committed suicide.
Yeah,
the other one
and
died
other
of
ones
cancer.
got like.
And he's dead too. So
Listen,
she's the only one that lived.
God was like, Old Testament time. I'm taking both your sons, you dirty motherfucker.
Nah, they did a lot of.
Grimy shit, right? Wow. Well, we couldn't do that shit.
Hell.
The first minute, yo, how you got 2 accounts and you giving this dude this?
And the
No,
shit with that is like people like when they're like, yo, this shit seem funny. Oh, you want you? Yo, I don't want you to invest. Like he played that shit with them. No, forget it. Like keep the money. Like do what you got to do. Like played the role.
greed.
Psychology.
Yeah, that's that
Yeah,
greed.
greed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I could go on for days right now with y'all for real, but we've come to that time. Dom, son, you know this is your second home, bro. We love
Always,
having you
always,
here. We want to wish you all the best, onward and upward. Everybody, there goes the neighborhood every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, 8 p.m.
Go check out my man Dom G.
We're gonna have a Cheetah Valentine's show coming up.
It's the day after, right? February 15th? Like that? Chia Day?
Yeah, Chia Day. Man, yeah, some people about to be in trouble soon.
Oof.
Got some guys out there spending a lot of money these next couple of weeks.
Don't blow it up. Give everybody your socials. Tell everybody where they can find you at, Dom.
You guys can find me. Daregoesdaneighborhood is spelled D-A-R-E. Goes the is spelled D-A neighborhood. There Goes the Neighborhood. Dom G. There Goes the Neighborhood on Facebook and Instagram. YouTube is just There Goes the Neighborhood. And come check it out. Have some fun. It's a cool environment. Great people. And guys, I appreciate it so much, man. Yeah, my brothers, and I appreciate.
You already know.
This is a fun journey we taking, man. And I hope that we get to a point that we can just be doing this without having to work anymore. That'd be nice.
Be men of leisure.
Come see the horny freestyle people.
Listen, I can hook you up. A single, that's the
You
spot.
got a cruise coming up, right?
Yeah. We got Dream Girl Cynthia. Shout out to Cynthia.
Yes.
Got the cruise coming up February 19th to the 25th. If you guys missed this freestyle cruise, 2024 will be getting booked. in the next couple of weeks, so you can put your deposits in and book your room. It's an awesome cruise with some of your favorite freestyle artists. Even sometimes you might find a hip hop artist on there. Who knows? But
You might bang a celebrity.
you might actually you'll bang something on there without a doubt.
Might bang your fucking shit into the bedpost of your lonely room.
You might be having to bring your own lotion too. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, who knows?
But before we go, salute to my guy, KC Custom For You, does all of our work, as you can see, did the work on Dom's joint today.
Awesome.
Salute to him.
Dope.
Next week, guys, as you know, we'll be back Wednesday at 7. As always, I'm your host, Mr. A.
Selly Song in the building.
We out.
That shit went fast.
It did.